We got a lovely show. No, I'm not going to do those ones. So, folks, welcome to Triple D, Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse live.
That's
And,
us.
by the way, folks, when this channel has guests on, we only really do it live. We don't pre-record. We don't script. We don't hold things back. We don't edit. I
Yeah,
think
we don't script, so everybody do their
Oh, wait a
lines.
minute. The script you guys gave me, I don't have to follow?
no,
Nah,
no, no,
Okay,
no.
good.
You
I
can just
didn't read anything else.
listen. We do what do you call it? A hex crawl, sandbox, improv, some crap like that. In any case, folks, if you watch this channel, you pretty much know everybody that's on the screen.
what
Uh,
what is this gaming thing you speak of?
oh, jeez. I am Eric Tenkaria, bartender in the OSR. Let me see if I can get this right this time. There we go. This side of me, Saturn welcome, is the one and only old man Grognard, Glenn Hallstrom.
And that is you know who. And
And,
down there,
and in the gym kitchen position, holding the show on their shoulders,
Gym kitchen position.
is the one and only Don Semora of
Jim Kitchen with better internet.
Jim has good internet. Mike that has the crappy internet. That's because he like broadcasts from a closet or something like that. I'm not quite sure.
You
Yeah, but
guys,
you guys-
you guys dragged me in before because he keeps bopping out.
Well,
Who keeps bobbing out?
Mike.
Jim.
No, Jim usually is pretty good.
Was it Jim?
Yeah, no, it was Mike that keeps on bopping. No, and then of course on Thursdays, who keeps bopping out?
Tom.
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 He doesn't lock up. He just goes away. It's like,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
bye bye. Unscripted and Unchained. Welcome. Look.
What can I say? What can I? I really can't say anything.
The gang is all he is. Very
And we-
nice.
And no
So-
Thursday Discord to deal with. Yay!
No. Actually, this court was hopping yesterday, but I had to jump out because I had like niece duties today, and projects around the house. So I knew I had to get up early today. So I was like, I can't stay up late. And the little puppy has her zoomies.
Yeah.
Well, and
I
her
had to get ours groomed today, so yeah.
our puppy does zoomies in the room where she runs along the floor, up one set of stairs, jumps on my crotch, and then goes off the other side, comes back around, jumps on your face, keeps on going. It's the joys of puppyhood.
What about you, Don? Do you have a pet or pet?
yeah, we have 3 cats.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Well, you got the same thing, only more mellow.
Well, the little one, Bings, the black cat that we bought about a year and a half ago, and she was little. She got the zoomies. I mean, she go absolutely spastic at night.
Oh man.
She's mellowed out since we had her neutered or spayed or whatever we do to female cats. But
Yeah, get them fixed. Yeah.
Yep.
Our dogs are always fixed too. So
mellows them right out.
Is now an it, and she's happy for it.
Happy
yeah,
as hell.
change your name to Sam Spade.
Yeah.
But I'm bummed. Where's my drummer? Damn it. So what are we talking about tonight? Something about gaming?
Well, we'll definitely touch on gaming related stuff, but I here's the thing: I didn't get a chance to read the article that I sent a screenshot to Don earlier today.
Yeah.
But, there was a case, a lawsuit involving AI.
Yep.
And it wasn't ChatGPT; it was some other company who I didn't even recognize. But apparently, there's a lot of them involved in this. And they settled the case for what, 1.5 or 1.6 billion dollars.
1.5 billion with a B for boy.
So if you're settling a case, and by the way, the money is going to authors and I guess their representatives and publishers or whatever. But when you're settling a case for 1.5 billion, it means that you're afraid it's going to be significantly worse than that if you go to a jury decision. And I've been on a number of juries in my life. number of civil ones, and even the one where we found fault when we were supposed to actually award damages. Oh no, no, they 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 don't want to
Terry?
put that in the hands of the general public because we make
Yeah.
some decisions, so they'd rather hash it out themselves. Terry, welcome. So yeah,
And for them to agree to pay 1.5 billion, that tells you how much money they made off AI. It had to be
Okay, is this
Ah,
is this
profitable
the
on that.
is this the Origins AI thing?
what's it
Hold on, I can
last?
tell you. One
Okay,
Yeah,
I
second.
know they got kicked out, but I didn't know they were being sued.
no, yeah. I was actually sitting in a parking lot waiting for my niece's school van to show up because
Mhm.
she goes to school upstate and comes back on Fridays. So, and I'm like, I see this article, and I'm like, I don't have time to read this, but I'm sending
Well,
this on because we've talked about this.
this was NBC News that reported, and the AI company is called Anthropic agrees to pay $1.5 billion to settle lawsuit with authors. If approved, the settlement would be the largest in the history of American copyright cases. So, this is not only the large settlement with AI, it's the largest settlement in copyright based claims. And
Wow,
that's only one lawsuit. I know that there's several. I mean,
Right.
that's
out
that's
there.
kind of
So,
that's kind of even bigger than the Kickstarter lawsuits they did.
Yeah. Oh,
well, now,
definitely.
but think of it this way, this sets precedent
Right.
for other cases pending right now. And you know damn well there's a bunch of AI attorneys out there going, oh, shit.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And when we say precedent, it's not like it's, oh well, this was decided for 1.5 billion. Therefore, no, it means that there's other people that are in this situation, other
Uh-huh.
companies being sued are going, oh crap, if there's already been a case settled for 1.5 billion. Do we want to actually take ours and put it in front of a jury? Because if
Well, they'll use this case against them. You know damn well the plaintiffs are going to use this case,
They
the
oh
will
yeah,
be
settlement,
charged.
in,
yeah,
in the court.
if a negotiated settlement is 1.5 billion, then what did you fear a jury was going to award? And by the way, as an aside, just to throw this out there, this also means that the plaintiffs saw the value of, well, man, we could have gotten 3 billion, but yeah, if you gotten 3 billion, it would have been appealed. There's no appeal on a negotiated settlement. So this I guess you could almost call this a win for everybody, but I think in the end, it's going to be a win for the consumer because
I hope so.
it's going to put some kind of guidelines to AI.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point you just made because you know that along with the 1.5 billion cash settlement, they have attached to this probably, and they haven't disclosed it, of course, because they haven't been approved. But there's probably agreements also on how there's AI will use their engines and all of that will use their
Right.
data. So this is going to be far-reaching.
Yeah. I mean
Absolutely.
yeah. So this is it's going to have repercussions across now. And folks, full disclosure, I'm taking a course right now, an online course on AI and how to get the most of AI as a tool, as a productivity tool for the most part. And I find it very interesting. And I'm not somebody who believes that AI is something that should be producing creative works, but I do think it can be part of a process. You shouldn't be doing artwork for it. AI writing, and listen, Don and I can tell you about AI writing. There's something about AI writing that it usually stands out that it was written by AI. AI is good at doing things like I don't know, tables, but I've been experimenting with ChatGPT to run an OSE campaign for started out as a first level fighter in a grim, dark setting, and it's very interesting. It's not bad, and I can see where Watchy failed. I can
But
see,
you're using it, Eric, as a tool for you in
Oh
your
yeah.
private gaming with your
Yep.
friends.
No, no,
You're
no.
not,
I'm letting it run a one-on-one game for me,
well,
right?
yeah, but you're not doing it saying, I'm going to take this and I'm going to
No,
publish it and sell it
no.
commercially.
But what I'm saying is, I can see what WotC wanted to do with their VTT.
Mhm.
Okay, because listen, our generation, we grew up on games like Zork and other infographics company,
Infocom.
Infocom games like Zork,
Right.
and they could be a lot of fun. But if you didn't have the right command,
Yep.
go north, open bottle. If you went like if you went off script, you got nothing. Well,
Mhm.
here,
Those
yeah,
were
those were they would
incredibly
drive you fucking
complex.
they would drive you effing nuts. But here's the thing with ChatGPT, I'm using ChatGPT 5, is that it'll you're in a situation and it'll give you a list of 4 choices. And
Mhm.
I will go look at those 4 choices and go, oh, I don't want to do any of that stuff. I want to do type it in. And it goes, all right. And it will adjust to that. I've yet to stump it. And that is, I think, what they wanted to be able to implement with their 3D VTT, and they didn't have the technology. AI is growing at incremental
Oh my
rates
God.
at what it can do. And WotC had great aspirations. If they had started their VTT thoughts now, and maybe they are, maybe there's something behind the scenes that we don't know about.
Yeah.
The AI, they could have an AI that could do 98% of what a human GM could handle at the table. Apparently, including fudge dice rolls, because my experience so far, and I'm going to have to ask the VTT, are you fudging dice rolls? Because my guy is pretty good.
Does it always win?
I'm always winning, and my party has grown. And the only thing that my hit points are less than average, but it doesn't matter because I don't really get hit much. So I wanna figure out if it's fudging the dice rolls, because you could have it roll the dice, or you could roll the dice. I can see it as a tool, as a creator, that say you had an adventure written up, you could. I'm sure if you can't do it now, you'll be able to do it in 6 months. Plug it into an AI and say, run this adventure as a 5-person party with these characters, and then tell me where it's lacking, where it was too hard, and you'll probably get pretty good feedback. I mean, will it be perfect feedback? No, because AI will tell you I lie sometimes.
Yeah, but the thing with AI is, and I brought this up before, and people try to shoot me down, and it's a hill I'm going to die on here. Is I remember years ago when Photoshop first came out with Photoshop brushes, and people were like, "Oh, that's not real art. You're just dragging it and making this and doing." And people were kind of giving the same semi quasi arguments as they are about AI now, although it's not AI, but it's kind of like the
Right,
same thing. The computer's doing it for you. And now AI, or not AI, now
Right.
brushes are just common. I mean, everybody uses them.
right.
Right.
And so I think where AI is at now, I think we need guardrails on it. It's obvious we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
I
and
use,
okay.
I feel, I don't know why, but I kind of feel a bit hypocritical on AI as far as like, I don't like it for art. No, you're using other people's stuff. You're not. But at the
Well, it
same time,
depends, Glenn. But Glenn,
I go to Chat GPT. It says, okay, give me three gangbuster plot hooks, and it
but
does.
also, but in all fairness, Glenn, I mean, if you look at it this way, is the way AI is right now. Yes, I agree. It's
Right,
wrong, but I said this at the very beginning too. A year ago is I believe that sooner or later they're going to come out with something similar. I call it ethical AI.
Mhm.
okay,
But sooner or later, something like that's going to broach. And although I support artists like Dean Spencer and Eric Lofgren, those guys are all great and they deserve to be protected.
Right.
But the problem we have with AI is it's not going away. So instead of banging on the neighbor's door telling them to turn down their music, I think instead what needs to happen is we have to first realize A, it's here to stay. B, what can we do to protect artists?
Yeah.
That's the big question with me.
Right.
Actually, the rise of AI and people saying it's here for good. Well, yeah. Well, remember way back when people reacted the same way to the internet itself.
Absolutely.
And there are still people saying the damn internet. It's like, I'm sorry, the internet is just one more utility.
I mean, look
That's
what we're
what it
doing
is.
right now. Think about this. Glenn,
Mhm.
you're where? Oklahoma,
Oklahoma.
New York, Michigan. People from England probably are in
Exactly.
this chat right now, all over the world. And what are we doing? We're all talking together.
Yeah, it's a utility, and it's
Yeah.
not going anywhere. Just like AI.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So what's the? I guess the to the two hosts here, I asked this question among the chat also. What are some ideas on how to make it, for lack of a better word, fair?
Well, I've already found that. Listen, say you want. I know maybe like a year ago, if I wanted to play with AI and say generate, show me generate artwork in Larry Elmore, Dragonlance. You give all these system props. Now, if you name an artist, it will tell you I can't do that. At least ChatGPT will tell you I can't.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check another one. You guys do that. I'm pulling this off to the side.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
got me now. That's got me
yeah.
but
intrigued.
it'll suggest to you workarounds. Like, well, you can't name the artist, but you could say, well, in a style of like classic AD&D, and you can direct it, but you can't name an artist. And I find that interesting. It
Well, they can
will.
Okay,
also have stuff like, yeah. What do you got, Don?
I'm gonna do this. I am in right now Gemini, which is
Okay.
Google's AI, and the prompt I am using is draw me a red dragon in the style of Jeff Easley.
Well, let's see.
It
ChatGPT
should be
won't do it.
Okay, let's see. I am hitting it. Just a
So,
second,
yeah.
saying, and I will. It's generating image, and I'm going to pull up the image, good or bad. I will
Oh
pull
yeah.
up the image here.
right.
Hold on, it's thinking still. Generating image usually doesn't take this
Oh
long.
wow. Okay. I'm actually because
Show. Okay.
what?
Any way I can share this?
Sure.
How do I do that?
Hit the plus button on down below, and then share.
Screen share.
Yeah, same thing. But I just have to approve it. That's all. All right. Let's see what you got.
Hold on a minute.
Whoa.
Oh, that's actually pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
All right. Well, I can tell you that ChatGPT can do some interesting and good art, but it won't allow you to name the artist that you want to draw inspiration from.
Eventually, I'm sure they're going to get, I IP
That's good though.
rules on it, and they're going to limit it.
Now,
And that's an awesome thing to do.
Except for Rule 32. I kind of agree.
well, I mean, listen.
That's a joke.
For those of us that have been following, I don't know, Labyrinth Lord, right? Labyrinth Lord 2E, if you can still find it, it can't. I don't think you can find it on drive-through anymore.
What is it?
Labyrinth Lord, second edition. The cover when it came, when this was the work in progress, the cover that's shown is so obviously old AI that it is embarrassing, and it was called that from the community. Yeah, I should probably be able to pull it up. Let me
I'm
see.
not pulling up nothing.
I got it.
Never thought of
Yeah, hold on. Oh God, I can't. It took me where I didn't need it to go. Okay, hold on. All right, here. Hold on. And now,
What do
uh,
you got?
hold on.
I'm
I
surprised.
will. I will show you.
Oh, that was the cover?
That was the initial cover that they were showing. Goblinoid Games.
Actually, I'd like it if it was done by an actual person.
But you could tell it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, because and how do you know? Because it has nothing to do with Labyrinthoid, and that is the only cover I think that ever came out for 2 weeks. Now, when you find the document for 2E online, it does not include a cover
Ah,
art.
But see, ultimately, Eric and Glenn, I think the onus is on the customer. I mean, are you going to give your money to a company that you know is blatantly using AI, just like publishers? Publisher hat on real quick. I have a no AI policy. Why? Does it do a great? Yes. Does it do nice artwork? Absolutely. Could I save money? Hell yeah. But I've said this before, I keep going back to people like Dean Spencer and such. Those guys helped me when I first started Wizard Tower
Right.
Games. And I'm not going to shit on them because AI is going to be more convenient. It's called there's an ethical thing here happening, and too many publishers are embracing it. And I'm a member of a group called AI for Publishers,
Okay.
and these morons in that group defend it and go, well, why should I pay someone money when I can get it for free? And it's like, because it's ethical. Why don't I just go ahead and rob some poor 80-year-old woman on the street when I see her walking out of the bank? Because it's bad to
I
do.
I remember a while ago when you sent me the PDFs of Gangbusters and Rock Junction.
Hmm.
When I looked at the cover, the inside cover, Rock Junction, I had to call you because it's
Hmm.
like, is this AI?
Yeah,
Because there were words on the sign, but they didn't make any sense. And
yep,
that's one of the big clues that it's AI.
that's
Right.
right. But I shared with you some things that it was not AI,
Yes.
and that's the reason why. And any ethical publisher, when challenged, should simply say, no, it's not. And if they're further challenged, it's real easy. It's like I get people submitting artwork to me. If I think it's AI and they
Mhm.
tell me it's not, okay, that's fine. But I need to see, where'd you go? Photoshop? Can I please see your Photoshop file with the layers? It's
Yeah.
simple.
Right.
And the legit guys, because legit guys go, give me 1 minute, I can show it to you. The non legit guys go, well, my computer went down last week and it wiped all my Photoshop files out. And
I
Yeah.
don't have it no more.
damn it, I
Well,
can't use the dog ate the homework excuse anymore.
Damn.
I mean, the thing is, if you were using AI to do like
Me too,
some
Bert.
artists use like the light reflection to sketch out something that they like that are reflecting. It's almost I'm going to sketch it out from this reflection on a piece of paper. So I'm copying it by hand, and I get what I want. And then you work on it and finish it and make it into what it is. Or it's almost like you could use AI to sketch out your general parameters of what you're going to do, your initial artist sketch, but not the final piece. Like this is what I'm going to get, use for my guidance and inspiration, but not actually do use for the art. It's almost like saying, I'm going to use this to give me ideas for an adventure,
Hmm.
which is fine, but you're not going to use it to write the adventure, or
Right.
I'm going
It's
to
No,
use
because we all use ideas. I mean,
yeah.
hell, it's like plagiarism. People go, well, you plagiarized that guy. No, I didn't. Joe Smith had a great idea. I admit he had an awesome idea, so I got to admit I kind of went off the flow of his idea, but
yeah.
I did it on my own way.
Thing is,
AI is great for plot hooks.
most
Something to get your brain going.
yeah, most artists are getting inspiration from
Mhm.
other artists or
Yeah.
life around them. Are they plagiarizing life around them? Are they plagiarizing another artist because they were inspired by what they did?
Mhm.
So that's you know, kind of what it is. And yes, AI is great for inspiration. It's like having a Tome of Adventure Design or the D30 GM's companion in front of you, but instead of having to roll dice on a table, you put in some prompts. Give me 30 ideas for what you'd find in what's in my pocket. As the Hobbit
Well,
would ask.
Well,
You
the
know,
argument that you could also use for people who are against that, like they say, okay, no, that's just you're stealing from people. Okay, take a look at all the fantasy RPGs that are out there right now. Where did 90% of them get their inspiration from? Dungeon Dragons.
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, all these other RPGs are plagiarizing. Also, no, you get ideas
I
from
want
other
it to
people.
give me, I want it to give me, like I say, a plot hook. That's the impetus, the engine that's where the adventure is the nucleus of the adventure, and then I want to build around that and
Yeah,
change things and things
you
like
want to
that.
make it Glenn's is what you
Yeah,
want to do.
I want to make it. I want to make it a good adventure, and they're not always good adventures.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I'll give you an example, and Eric knows about this, Glenn. Last night, a document was shared with me that I was allowed to share with Eric and Tom.
Well,
And
I
when
have it
you
too.
and when you read this 22-page dissertation, I'm not going to say who it's about or anything, but it was about a certain person with elf ears. Um, it is obviously helped with AI because it was randomly inserted prompts and random
okay,
inserted websites and weird crap and stuff.
yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like, I get it, but come on, folks. I'm sorry. I'm the old. I write books. You can go on Amazon and Barnes and Noble and type my name in, and you'll see my novels. It's hard work writing,
Yes, it
but
is.
I'm proud of it. When I'm done with it, I'm proud to look at it and go, "Damn it, I did that. I wrote that." I
I
mean,
yeah, that's the thing. That
yeah,
Uh,
right,
Jefferson Starship Trooper has an interesting statement.
never thought.
When the auto industry halted the growth of new auto sector jobs because of robots, I don't recall anyone refusing to buy Hondas for the benefit of working class auto workers.
bingo.
It's
And
true.
that is spot on. I mean, the Industrial Revolution, right, was game changing,
Yes, it
and
was.
it changed how people lived. That changed where people lived.
Yeah,
Okay, and we went from agrarian as a society and people
agrarian.
farming to people living in cities and suburbs, and where we are now is because of the Industrial Revolution.
Well, you look at my grandpa Donald. I have two. Grandpa Donald. Oscar's my middle name. And my grandpa Donald grew up a rural farm boy in Pennsylvania. But what did he do when he became 18? He moved to Hazel Park, Michigan, and he became a machinist with GM. And guess what? He died collecting retirement from GM, living his entire life raising all his kids in the same house. And that's that same agrarian type relationship
Yep.
and thing you're talking about, Eric.
Right.
That's why. Because people could go to one place and when you got a job, you got a job. Society these days is so fluid,
Yeah.
you
No,
know?
it's weird because, like, listen, I had two jobs in my life, legitimate on the books jobs: retail for 8.5 years, and NYPD for 20. Okay, now, admittedly, within the NYPD, I changed my where I worked within the job, but now Rach, as a
Yeah.
social worker, was changing her in the time that we were dating. One, two, three. Dating and marriage, she had four different jobs in the field because that is that field. You don't generally move up within a company;
Yeah.
you move out and try to move up. It's a different mindset
Right.
now.
Well, it's just
AI is going to upset a lot. And again, I want to learn about it because I am retired. It's not going to affect my job. It's not going to affect
Yeah.
my income. But I like to understand technology and understand what's coming because when you understand it, you can hopefully get in front of it and not be surprised by it.
But it's such a minefield to navigate. Like in my business, publisher,
Oh yeah,
I've got one hand, I've got people submitting art. Is that AI? I got people submitting games and books. Is that AI? But then if I do accidentally publish something that has AI in it, now I'm a bastard because now the anti-AI people are on my ass because you always said you were anti-AI and look at this shit. And it's just a never-ending.
Mhm.
It's really like a minefield, and you're kind of jumping around,
Yep.
hoping you don't hit.
I've on my hard disk here, I've got my novel, and I've edited it a couple of times. I went a couple of times, and Becky said, "Well, why don't you put it on? Why don't you put it on Amazon and get some money for it?" And I thought, well, maybe okay, I have to look at it. First, run it through AI. Why?
well, you got
What
to edit it.
what is running it through AI do? It's just gonna it'll find things that you that's right.
But you're depending on AI to
Yeah,
be right, and AI
yeah,
is not right all the time.
exactly.
It's like people who suffer the worst. I mean, I see it on Facebook every day. Google bias. Well, where'd you get your info from? Google. Well, you know what? I can find 50 articles that go against your Google. I can search Google and find my own Google bias.
Yeah,
No?
I mean,
I say Wikipedia just to get them PO'd.
well, listen, if you look at the bottom of like ChatGPT's webpage, it actually says ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info. So you don't. They're telling you don't rely upon this. I mean, we actually had this discussion in on chat a bit last night too. Is I'd hate to be a college professor these days because when I was going, the problem was they're going to look at Monarch notes or Cliff notes and not read the material. They're gonna try shortcuts, and now I'd be like, well, no, they're going to have Chat GPT or Grok write their paper for them
Mhm.
or do their research for them.
And AI detectors ain't worth a shit.
No, and the greatest AI detector is like the judge when somebody submitted an argument in a case, and the judge went, "This is AI because you're citing stuff that doesn't exist." And by the way, AI can hallucinate. Just so that's what they
Mr.
call it.
Gunn nails it.
Yep. Critical thinking is a skill that people need but lack.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
And it only took us 30 minutes to actually mention old Pump and Dump.
Yeah.
I admire that, Don. Thank you. Oh man. Oh. So how are you, Eric? I forgot to ask.
No, I'm good.
going on?
I was out with our niece. We brought the doggy with us, the puppy, to pick her up, and the puppy got to explore my sister's backyard on a leash.
Good.
And she doesn't really know about leashes yet, so she would try to start running, and then it was like a cartoon dog because she'd run and go, fly, and her feet would go up in the air. And then she learned she could run in circles, but then she get tangled up. So yeah, it was a good time.
How about you, Don? What's going on? How's Wizard Tower and all that?
Things going absolutely outstanding.
Good.
Pretty much shitty beginning of the last week or so, but
I'm sorry.
We for those of you who don't know, we did a press release yesterday. We did get a grant from the Veterans Small Business Grant from the Veterans Administration, so that's good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So we're going to be doing some expanding come January. We're going to have retail. Going to start doing some really good stuff.
Good. Retail will be interesting.
Well, very small retail space up front, but we're actually going to be, as you can see my name, Wizard Tower Publishing. We are this weekend. The store is going down. It'll be down for 2 or 3 days. And when we go back live with we have a new website. It's going to be Wizard Tower Publishing. And we're going to be offering publishing services to people. So as an example, Glenn, you have a novel. I'm not advertising for you, but you mentioned a novel. You could have us basically do everything from publishing and representing it all the way down to just getting it print ready for you so you can go ahead and handle it. And we're also going to be doing something that nobody else does. We're going to be doing that for games. So for people who have like an RPG, they need edited, laid out, artwork, source for all of that. We're going to be doing that. And yes, we are no AI.
Good.
And such. So we're
I should probably let you look at my book.
Love to.
I in the teens I did the National Novel Writing Month one year.
Oh, nice.
Just to say I had a book.
Oh, okay. Did you? So you went nano. What is it called? They
NaNoWriMo.
They do a thing now. It's a NaNoWriMo.
Yeah.
I've never done it, but it's very popular.
I did it once because I wanted to see what I would turn out, and I wrote a nice fantasy murder mystery. I think it just needs some polish. That's all. It's and those are you write 150,000 pages, so it's a novella. But there's a lot of books that are novellas out there.
I mean, you have 150,000 word manuscript.
Yeah,
that is not a novel. That's an epic.
I believe
that's like 700 pages, 700, 800 pages of content, Glenn.
Well, you had 30. What happened was you have 30. Of course, you only had 30 days to do it. And I broke it down on how many words do I have to type a day? And then I added 10% per day, and I finished 4 days early.
You did 150,000 words in less than a month. Yes. I take my hat off and I bow to you in your greatness. Holy shit.
Well, read it first. So
yeah.
Thank you very much. But yeah, wow. It's a murder mystery, basically, with a group trying to figure out a few things.
I actually got attacked. I usually do fantasy, but I did a murder mystery, and I upset some people in a really bad way. Eric, I gave a copy of Eric to give Bad Mike, and I think it's the topic because it's basically about children who are being killed, and it's a mystery revolving around that. And boy, people said my main antagonist, his name's Kiever Fields. Boy, people got mad at me over him. I'm like, good, that's the whole point. I need a visceral reaction out of you. I want that.
I did. What if Raymond Chandler wrote a fantasy novel? Ooh. So it's like all first person from my main character, LoJack. And I put little things like LoJack. And I did this. I play LoJack in a 5e game too. And I play it that way. Every time you cast something on him, he has to make a con roll because he's allergic to magic. It'll take effect, but if he fails his con roll, he will throw up. Period. He will empty his stomach. So you know that I don't take everything completely serious. But you know,
can you imagine that at the kitchen table playing people? You failed your con roll. Go ahead and stick your finger down your throat. Get a bucket.
He used it really good at the climax of the book. That's all.
I could have went so many different places with that comment. Yeah. Vomiting climax all in one sentence.
That was for yesterday's live stream.
Oh, NaNoWriMo crashed out 2 years ago. I didn't know that. But I've been doing Inktober instead because I draw, you know. So I've got like a book filled with like
Jefferson Starship Trooper says something pretty cool about the Cadfael mysteries. For those of you who probably don't remember it, has anyone in here ever watched the movie with Sean Connery called Name of the Rose?
Oh yeah.
I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Oh, you can go watch it. It's fun.
Excellent movie.
It's fun.
Yes.
Oh, shut up, Gun. I like a good climax myself. Exactly.
Well, by yourself, have at it.
Yeah. No comment. No more comment, I should say.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The book's called When the Fat Orc Sings.
Nice.
And we'll see.
You ought to do an audio book and read it yourself.
Really?
You've got the voice for it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'm gonna keep working on it. Just you know, books aren't written; they're rewritten, as you know.
Well, I always used to tell authors they'd come in and be really doubtful about their work. Because you know what? It's the one person whose work that they're really doubtful about that probably has a really good book. And number two, everybody's book deserves publishing. It really does. Get it out there. What the hell? Why not? If
Somebody will like it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Although I can't do Amazon because I'm banned on Amazon from selling stuff.
What?
Why?
It's a long story. It has to do with Becky selling stuff on there, and they changed their rules. So she said, "Why don't I use your account?" And then she did it. They changed the rules again. So
Yep.
now I'm not being able to publish on there.
Amazon is a necessity if you're publishing books just to get it on there, yeah. But their Amazon KDP, which is their POD publishing, is absolutely worthless. Do
Really?
it as a traditional. You're who are you? You know, on Amazon, you're one of 55 billion books.
Yeah.
You know, and
if you can
it's a necessity, so you can say you're on it, and it's convenient because if you go POD, then people in Japan can order a copy of a book, or in Europe, and you don't got to worry about this bullshit that's going on back and forth.
Right.
But we actually go through a distributor. You're on Kobo and Barnes and Noble and Apple Books and all of that. But it's a process. You gotta go through their and Barnes and Noble is a pain in the balls to get approved on.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
RPG Grandma, we don't speak about gore and mixed.
Well, Barnes and Noble's about the only game in town as far as like brick and mortar.
Yeah.
You can't even find them in really neat. There's maybe like I don't know, 2 or 3 left in New York City. There used to be one.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell, in Michigan, it's like where's a Barnes Noble in Michigan? There,
yeah,
like here, like all over.
Yeah, no.
I live for their semi-annual Criterion sale. 50% off all Criterion, because Criterion can be expensive.
What I really like about Barnes and Noble is they're one of the few corporate entity stores that allow the bookstore itself to make decisions. Like, as an example, you can go into the Barnes and Noble in Battle Creek and say, listen, I have an author named Glenn Hallstrom. Here's his book. Okay, it's in Boker. It's in red. We can get it. He would like to do a book signing there. And they actually have a person that handles events, and you can actually get a book signing at a Barnes and Noble.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. It's weird because it's like any other corporate office, like, well, you have to send it to corporate, and then they got to review it, and they got to approve it. Barnes and Noble, store level, can make the decision.
When you put out, well, I keep thinking, yeah, send Gangbusters there and send Mark.
Well, Gangbusters is going to go through Alliance Games, which allows it to go to hobby and game shops and such all over the United States.
Okay, at least it isn't Diamond. So, no. But that's very interesting. Yeah, I'll get you a link to my book. It's on my Dropbox anyway.
I'll check it out. I love murder mysteries, especially anything like a medieval flair or fantasy flair.
Okay. There's a couple things I want to tweak and change, but on the whole, it kind of holds up. I mean, you're sitting there in November. You have to put this out in 30 days. Some people, and they always say, you can think about what you want to do and maybe make a few notes, but you can't actually start writing until the 1st.
Oh, excuse me.
And, people just write and write and write because the whole, I read I can't remember the name of the guy who published the book, but he came up with it because he said, I'm tired of hearing people say, I got to write a book someday. Here, I'm just going to sit down and start writing. I don't know what I'm writing about. I'm going to start writing. And so people have a germ of an idea, and they just go from there. And I thought, okay, I'm doing a murder mystery. That was a bad mistake because I spent half my time trying to figure out, well, is this going to hang together? Is this, I'm not Arthur Conan Doyle. So,
Well, when you think about it, all 3 of us are authors here. Eric, you created Blades and Arcana.
Yay.
You're an author. You wrote something. Blades and Sorcery Light,
Yeah, Blades and Sorcery Light, Torchlight, all that kind of stuff.
Is that your dog, Eric?
That's my dog.
Everybody's got the pets, yeah?
We had a dog. Interesting little fun fact for you.
Mm-hmm.
We had a dog named Winnie. And for some reason, every month, like clockwork, I would get sick for 3 days.
Really?
Every month, like clockwork. Middle of the month, flu-like symptoms, running through me, bad stuff. Couldn't figure out why. Turned out I was allergic to the freaking dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my two youngest daughters, Alyssa and Sarah, got their own apartment together, because they wanted to adult, and
Mhm.
they went ahead and we got lucky because we had to get rid of the dog.
Yeah, we got a dog.
So
Right.
Alyssa took it.
Oh, that's nice. At
Yeah.
least the dog didn't have to go to the pound or anything.
No, nothing like that. In fact, I would never have let the dog go to the pound. I'd deal with this being sick.
Yeah, me too. Oh boy. Let's see. Satine and
Did Winnie
AI.
Pooh, the bad dad jokes are not allowed.
Did Winnie Pooh?
It's not from the peanut gallery.
Yeah, well,
No, but our board game Winnie the Pooh is coming out here in December.
really?
Yes, Winnie the Pooh. It's licensed and it's not technically licensed because it's open source, so we can say it's licensed if we wanted to.
Mhm.
And on top of that,
Right.
the cool thing is it's
The old
designed for
public domain thing.
developmental kindergarten, first grade. My wife's jam. My wife actually helped create the book, or the game. Excuse me.
I had a feeling.
I have a friend who's developed a board game that he never published, called Vaudeville.
Oh,
And he came up with it himself because he liked, he's an actor like me, and he loves film and stuff, but he also liked, the stage stuff, the vaudeville stuff. And so he researched it and did all this research, and he laid out like map of the United States. Okay, this is one like the Ziegfeld route.
mhm.
This is and it had cards and everything like that about what would happen on the road while you're going through these states and everything. I thought it was rather clever. He seems to come up with stuff off the top of his head.
I have a question for you, Glenn, about acting, if I may. Okay, I used to do, as part of getting authors for my company, I do lectures on publishing.
Okay.
I'd put a lecture on for a local library. A bunch of people would show up, and I usually picked up one or two authors every single time.
Mhm.
But there was a thing that I had about public speaking. I literally would be almost panicking every single time before I went out into the in front of everybody.
Mhm.
But once I got out in front of people and started talking, it was like I felt great. Do you have that kind of same thing about acting before you go on stage? Are you nervous, or what is it, or not?
But there's with a caveat. I'm not nervous walking out in front of people, if they want to pay attention to me or whatever on stage or whatever. But at the same time, I am very nervous if I walk out there and if there's a script and I don't know it.
Oh,
because I feel unprepared. And, if I got subjects and stuff, that's fine too. Just, I need a direction to go in, basically.
mhm.
I don't want to sit up there and say, let's talk about something. Anybody questions, that kind of thing. No. You gotta have a direction to go. But what you're talking about is not unusual.
It isn't?
At all.
Okay.
No. People do. I mean, I've never been to Toastmasters, but people who have say, yeah, like a certain percentage of them, that's what they think. They're afraid to get up there, but once they go, they're going.
Yeah, because that's how I am.
Right.
I mean, I'm literally getting ready to walk out, and I'm going. But
Yeah.
once I get out and I say that first word, it's
Mhm.
weird. It's like it all goes away, and I'm just talking with you guys right now.
That's I try to do it the same way I ran my games. Bullet point stuff. I've got a first topic. I can get out there and start talking about that.
Yeah.
Hell, stand-up comedians do that all the time. They've got their notes and everything there with them, pretty much. But that's the key. Just getting that, that first thing to go. It's almost like starting a lawnmower. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Finally you get it going.
Yeah.
But hey, if I can help, I hope that helped.
Yeah, I was just curious because it was just something I thought was weird with me.
No, it's not at all. A lot of people.
I think it's normal. I used to have to do trainings because I was the COO of a unit. We had to train other units on what my unit did and all that stuff. And there was this whole training, I don't know, set of slides I was supposed to follow. And if you know me, I don't follow any of that shit. And I didn't follow it back then either. So I was like, I could try to memorize the slides, or I can just give them the stuff that they actually need, and then do a quick Q&A. And broke out into a sweat right beforehand, and I got out there and I enjoyed it. Once it was done, you're pumped. Like, I did it. No, it was good. Went well. But yeah, leading up to it, yeah, the apprehension.
See, what happens to me is if I'm running a game, but if I'm talking like this on a show and I got a topic and I want to talk about this, once I get done with the topic, I just sort of, that's all I got.
Because that's another question I've had asked you people. In fact, we were supposed to talk about the email we missed last night. And one of the questions was, when doing live or recorded, better yet, do I have a script? And I'll be honest with you, I don't do scripts. I might have a sticky note with like bullet points, just things I want to touch.
That's the way I like to do it.
Yeah, but I don't run a script. I don't read off a prompter like some people have on their computer screens, like a prompter. Nothing. It's all like raw, and I just run with it.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
How I do my videos, not these live streams, but obviously this is all riffing off each other. But when I'm doing a video, I'll spend 5 minutes to maybe half an hour thinking about what I want to talk about, right? And getting if I'm reading an article, obviously I'll bring it up on the screen, but if I'm thinking, like, when I was doing earlier in the week, when I was doing the AD&D 1E initiative, I was like, all right, prep for it. And then that's one of the few that I needed bullet points on my screen, because I can't follow that in real life when I'm running a game. God knows I'm not going to get it straight doing a video without having something I can follow.
Right.
But yeah, I like when we have guests on. Listen, folks, the show prep that we did was Glenn dropping in 3 minutes before we went live. Are we ready?
Oh, don't lie. We spent here 2 hours getting all prepped for this, guys. Okay, like everybody was, come on, Eric, you got to keep up the theme. Come on, man.
When I was doing Save or Die, after Vince left, and it was just me, Mike, and Liz, Mike would write a notes that he would send us the day before. That was like, okay, we're going to talk about this segment, bullet points and all this. So, you could tell he's a professor. Because he wrote like a syllabus.
Yeah.
And they'd show up and say, okay, we're going to review this. When? What did you think? I don't know. I haven't read it.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, pretty much. But, he would Mike would come down on me for not prepping, being prepared. And I said, excuse me, you know how Vince prepares? If we're reviewing a game or a supplement or something like that, he'll read a review of it and then come on the show. So don't give me that crap.
But also, I think a lot has to do with, and I really believe this, and I'm interested in what your guys' thoughts on this is. I think a lot has to do with the co-host. Do you guys have, can you guys mesh well together?
Right.
Do you guys, do you have the ability to feed off each other's prompts? Eric mentioned that earlier. And, I noticed something, and this is something I noticed like on Eric's Wednesday night shows, between him, Bad Mike, and Jim Kitchen and Rob Conley, I can tell you right now what each person's role in that show is, and, same thing with, Friday nights when it's just you and Glenn, you guys have a real good way of just feeding off each other's energy. And I think actually on Thursday nights, I think, I feel sorry for Steve a lot of times, but, I think we do well.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, if you have a show with people who get along and like each other legitimately, and like Rob Conley, let's face it, Rob's the brunt of a lot of jokes on your guys' show.
And he takes it well.
And that's the thing, he takes it so well.
Yeah.
But the funny part is when he wants to fight back, so to speak, a little bit, it's like, go Rob. Yeah. All right. Don't put up with that shit, Rob. And I admit, I stick up for Rob because me and him kind of have a printer fetish together. You know, we
Oh,
got
I
this thing
oh,
for
oh,
the Epson 8550. You know,
Rule 32.
Rule
But
32.
oh boy, no.
no.
But yeah,
Okay.
chemistry is the thing.
Yeah.
When I first started doing Radio Grognard, which is just me,
Yeah.
5 minute, 10 minute, at a time that I put out there.
You should put that back on. You
One
shouldn't
of
have took
my-
it offline. You shouldn't have took it offline.
I got burned out. I'm sorry, but my friend Crispy, who'd been on our Think It Was Hammer before, he put a review on there saying you need a partner. You're great, you're fantastic, but you need
Maybe
somebody.
that's why you came out, Glenn. Maybe you need someone to go on the show with you.
Could be. Like I said, I would rather start getting back into this, the YouTube stuff.
I love this.
Yeah.
And listen, this is kind of adjacent, but we've all heard like things like when people talk about Shadow Dark and Kelsey, like, oh, she was an overnight success. She just came out of nowhere, and it's jealous talk, right?
Yeah.
But the reality is, she's been writing content in the DMs Guild for years, doing YouTube videos for years, and then she struck her moment. Now, I'm not going to name names, but I remember being at GaryCon, probably 2019. It had to be because it's before COVID, and I was taught. I had my anchor cast, and my anchor cast was doing really well, and I was sitting down with some other podcasters at breakfast, and they were making comments like, well, I mean, yeah, you're getting great listenership, but you haven't been doing it long enough to deserve those numbers. And I turned to them and I'm like, excuse me, I've been blogging at this point for over 5 years. I built up my community. I built up, whatever following I have. It will transition. Kelsey's transitioned to Shadow Dark because of what she did and put into it.
But it doesn't matter if Kelsey started on Monday afternoon and became a sensation on Friday. The bottom line is she struck a chord for a reason because she put out something good that people liked. And all these jealous people out there, I'm so sitting, and this isn't generated towards you, Eric. No. I'm talking about people in general who go, well, they haven't sat there and paid their dues. Fuck you. What do you mean dues?
Dues. Nothing is due to anybody because you've done something.
Yeah. Okay? You know what gets you followers?
What's that?
Putting out solid, well-heeled content, becoming rather quickly, hopefully known for somebody you're an honest person.
Authenticity.
And that you won't, as a vlogger, spread a bunch of BS lies just to get viewership. And of course, you don't buy your own subs.
Oh, right. Well, unless you go on the subway, in which case, you could borrow. You could be wimpy and borrow, and hopefully pay somebody back on Wednesday for a sub today, or but
And I'll say another thing about this is, I wonder what would happen if Kelsey's name was like Joe Smith. Is it? I see a lot of stuff directed at female creators, but they don't generate that type of stuff towards male creators. And it's like, I have a copy of Shadow Dark. I finally bought it. I read it. I'm impressed. It's well done.
It is well done.
Very well done. And
still not.
You know what?
Yeah,
I don't care if she created it. It was the first thing she ever did. It's well done, folks. If you have a problem with her or another creator, why don't you do this? Why don't the detractor go out and create their own game and show everybody how it's done?
Yeah.
I think part of the point, though, too, is that
put your money where your mouth.
9 out of 10 times these overnight successes that people bitch and complain about are people that are not an overnight success.
Yeah.
Even when it comes to fiction authors, right? They pound out books for years, and then finally one hits, and people go, "Well, they were an overnight success." Well, look at their record; they got like 14 novels prior to that. This one happened to be the one that hit the zeitgeist, and everyone went, "Oh,
Bruce, Bruce Springsteen didn't hit until his third album.
Yeah.
That's to use a music anthem.
okay."
So yeah, there are overnight successes that take years to build up to.
It's like people talk about, Fleetwood Mac's, Stevie Nicks, the song Silver Springs,
Right.
which is now their number one selling song of all time. She submitted that in 1977, I believe, to be part of one of the albums. And the band shot her down. Her producer shot her down and said it was basically just not a good song.
Right.
Well, what happened in 1985 when she finally did, because she had power at that point, she forced it on the Rumors album. And guess what? It's now their number one selling song and downloaded song of all time.
Pretty much.
So, she, and I know Fleetwood Mac's not a very good analogy, but the point is she was told originally 20 years before that it's no good.
Yep.
And it finally hit. So
yeah,
I take my hat off. We're all in this business. We all know how tough it is.
it is.
And for her to do that, I admire her. I admire her tenacity. I admire her business savvy, and just impressed across the board.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. That's the way the industry does it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Publishing is not very far from that.
So Eric, let me ask you a question for everybody.
Yeah.
What about as a vlogger who has a successful YouTube channel? Okay, and you do.
Moderately.
What? Okay, moderately successful. Okay, you've got 7,000 subs almost.
Oh God, you're gonna make me look now.
But see, I remember back when you were
750 some odd, yeah.
But I remember that day. I remember that night that we were on live, and you were trying to hit 2,000 subs, and you were at like 1998, and you hit 2,000 on your live stream. I remember that.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
For the average Joe schmuck who says, you know what, I want to be able to put out content, but I want to be able to collect subs. How can I, as a vlogger, best gain subs in your opinion?
In my humble opinion,
in 10 Cars Tavern,
you got to do the work. Now, I'm not saying you got to be like me. I have this weird thing about me. Started with my blog, where I had to do something daily, and then the blog at some point was like sometimes 5 or 6 posts daily. But once I turned on to doing a podcast, then the podcast had to be daily. And once I did a YouTube channel, I had to have some content going up on a daily basis, because that's how I am. That's the rhythm I need. Because if I don't keep that rhythm up, what's going to happen is I am going to stop producing content. Now, you're not going to have your first video, your first 10 videos, your first 100 videos aren't going to be the ones that suddenly people go, oh my God, this is awesome.
You mean I've been failing for all this time for nothing?
But the thing is, without doing the work, without getting yourself out there, you're not going to do anything. It's never going to happen. You got to be willing to.
So you're saying. So if I understand what you're trying to say correctly, just so far, that it helps if you can put out relatively consistent content.
Yes. And in my case, folks know it's going to be a live stream or a video pretty much almost every day. Okay.
I know with your channel, I know if I tune at 8 o'clock on Fridays, Wednesdays, or Saturdays, I'm getting something live.
Right. On Thursdays with you, we're doing
yeah.
something. I like to have something up every day. If I'm at a convention, it might only be a bunch of shorts from a prior video, but there's something going up.
Yeah, I know. That's
my rhythm. Your rhythm might be once a week.
Mine was 3 times a week.
What's that?
The point is you got to You got to keep hitting it.
You
And
gotta-
not all of your stuff is gold. Not all of my stuff is gold. But
No.
I'm putting it out on a regular basis.
Right. And the thing is, if people like what you do and you have a rhythm to you, you have a schedule to your work. Don puts out his AD&D video, whatever, every Tuesday. People will come looking for it because they know, oh, geez, it's Tuesday. We get Don's video.
Yeah, I can see where it comes with that, yeah.
Every day something from, but the worst thing to do is have no rhythm to what you do.
Yeah, I agree.
And listen, I would love it if I could say, well, every day at 5 p.m. I'm going to put something up. No, my rhythm, I don't have that. I put something together, it goes up. But if you're going to do something once a week, yeah, you probably should say, hey, this is going to be Thursdays at 7 p.m. My new video goes up. And then people look for it. You want to become something that is a habit forming. You want to be regular.
I'm going to give you a compliment about that. My wife, Tina, makes it a point. She's like, oh my God, it's almost 8 o'clock on Saturday. I got to help support Eric and Rach. She does this. And she'll go like down to her sewing room where she does her sewing, and she puts Gamers Health on and watches it. And I mean, that's legit. But it's kind of funny because she does it. She'll be like, "Oh no, I've almost missed Gamers Health. It's Saturday night."
One of the
and that's the thing, right? You want to have that now. Now, where did my quote big huge bump come from? My big huge bump, my initial bump was Professor DM using one of my parts of one of my videos to show. I do not. God, numbers are a love-hate relationship with me, but I was doing the numbers of Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds and looking for trends, and he went and he covered it, and I got a nice subscription bump from that. But if you look back at my history, my big bump was two things. The hugest was the OGL scandal.
Yes,
because I was on top of that, and I gained a huge number of views and a huge number of subscribers. And then my single most watched video is when the Trove went down, and I broke the news on the Trove being down.
But also, you're known for something. Love you or hate you, you don't fucking lie.
No, I got integrity. Okay, and listen, I was a cop for 20 years. I spent a good portion of the time as a sergeant in internal affairs. Not because I dislike cops. I love cops. I love good cops. I love honest cops. And there's a reason why, hey, I'm a huge Kickstarter backer. I'm a super backer of Kickstarters. Don't tell my wife, but she knows. But I will point out the Kickstarters that take advantage of people, because you need to know to protect yourself. And I've had people say, "Oh, who do you think he is? The cop of the OSR?" No, but I'm going to point out the bad actors because we need to know. You don't turn the blind eye.
They do not realize they need people like you to point.
Yeah, exactly. They need people like you, but also they need people like you because what you also do is you call out the bad actors, yes, but you also are fair. I mean, like how I met you. You sent me an email when I was connected with TSR, new TSR, and I remember the email to this day. I read that thing at first and I thought, oh, that fucking asshole's going to start harassing me. And I thought, I'm going to respond to him like an adult. We'll see how he takes it. Because believe me, I was we joke all the time about this, but the picture Lanasa painted of you was not flattering.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, the picture that the anonymous lead that I was sent
that was not flattering.
Was far from flattering.
My response to you,
somebody was playing games.
So my response to you was simple. I said, I'll answer all your questions. I can't stop you from posting it. There's some things that are private that I'd rather you not. And I remember telling my wife, he talks a good game about being honest and having integrity. Watch. Right. And I sent the email. I said, we'll see how his integrity is. And we were talking on the phone 3 days later. And I remember getting off the phone with my wife going, this guy's not what I was told he's like. I don't get that vibe from him.
Mhm.
And here we are, years later, and we're talking on, we're good
Yeah.
friends. And
Forged in Fire.
yeah, exactly.
Which, by the way, was a fun show.
I
even
liked
though
it.
was pretty
Which
shitty.
show?
I liked it too. Forged in Fire. I have a Forged in Fire kitchen
like
knife.
that.
God damn it!
I like that show.
Because one, you were consistent and you were fair, and that goes a long way on the internet, I think.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, and it is a rarity. And listen, for good or bad, when Cecilia, the whatever her last name was doing her article on Gary Kahn and Gail and me, and she wanted to ask me all these questions, like pretty much on the lines of, when you beat your wife, do you enjoy it? So I was taking. So she's asking that now. Remember, I'm usually the one asking those questions, and she sent me questions, and I was like, I'll answer these questions, but on my blog, which is what I did. And then she got so pissed. But the thing is, she had a narrative that she needed to do behind the scenes, and I ripped the Band-Aid off. I do things in public, folks.
Honesty and integrity go a long way. That's why, even Glenn will see it in the Gangbusters group. We had a small group of orders, about 10 of them, that got freaking waylaid by U.S. Postal Service. Guess what? Shit happens, okay? Not a big amount of money. What have I done? I have consistently posted updates. I've posted screenshots. I've posted everything. Yeah, we have one or two people that don't think that's good enough. But there's nobody in that group who's going to say that I'm hiding from people or I'm bullshitting people.
Right.
Because, again, as a publisher, honesty, integrity go a long way. And in this business, just in general, you're only as good as your word. And I think that's why me and you got along so well initially, Eric, is because you immediately showed that.
And listen, I judge people by their actions, and Don's actions were legit. And I do have my bullshit meter of, hey, is somebody trying to manipulate me? Already went off with the anonymous email, because I'll tell you, okay, it's a secret truth, but anonymous emails rarely are for your benefit.
That's right.
Anonymous emails are usually trying to get you to do something that you probably wouldn't do if you knew the source of the email. I will say I did get an anonymous email in the last, I don't know, sometime this year, from a source that was trying to screw somebody else who likes to send anonymous emails. So I could see, like, but you still have to validate the information that you're being given.
Yeah. Trust but validate.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
No trust.
Right, validate.
You don't trust. You still validate, but you still don't trust it. There's no trust when it comes to
and also keep in mind one thing. If it's sort of like the guy who goes, hey, Eric and Glenn, let me tell you something. I'm going to talk about Joe Smith, but you know what? Don't tell him I said it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, so you don't want me to use your name? No.
Excuse me, do I have an NDA with you? Okay, fine.
Well, it's kind of the same thing with anonymous emails.
Don't tell me.
Right. But anonymous emails are generally full of shit and China.
Well, and also on top of that, they should be called agenda email.
Oh, yeah.
You got that right.
Like, remember the famous one I got, Eric, where it was, if I went ahead and did a public apology to a certain person in North Carolina, and I had to do all these things, remember?
I had a similar email, and apparently certain things would have been dropped, and I was like, yeah, really? If it was legit, it wouldn't be anonymous.
If it was legit, your counsel would be contacted by another individual's counsel.
Exactly.
Yes.
Get the lawyers involved. Yes.
I tell you what.
Sometimes
the thing is, people are so dumb. It's like, why are you using anonymous email? Because you're a coward and you don't want me to know who you are. That right there takes whatever you send me and throws it out the door as bullshit.
Right.
Well, that right there tells me who you
Yeah.
are. So I mean,
You're right. Yeah.
Hamlet Bound sounds like a lot of skullduggery in the background. Laugh out loud. I just watched the
You
shows.
know what?
Yeah,
That's what
People
we
would be
want.
surprised at how much skullduggery is in the public game publishing business. Oh my
yes,
God.
and not just the corner that Don and I are talking about. If you know people in the industry, right? I'll tell you right now, there are balls in the air that are going to come dropping down in the next couple of weeks. Uh, that people are going to go, I had no
Yep.
fucking clue. And you know what? And then there are people like Don, myself, Glenn that have a clue, and these are stories. These are not stories for us to
Yep.
talk about,
I've told
right?
Becky, she's not a gamer. She's, stop talking about gaming, stop talking about content or whatever. And I said, I've learned a lot from gaming. I've learned
Yeah.
how to deal with people. I did, but one of the things I did,
Yes.
I've learned more about the publishing business than I ever wanted to know.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I'm glad. And actually, I'm glad for it because it's very interesting.
It's a tough,
It is very
cutthroat
interesting.
business. And I hate to say it
What
this way.
what businesses?
Publishing.
Yeah.
Publishing. It is a tough
Yeah.
business because there are people out there like me. I try, and I'm not trying to like be Mr. Goody two shoes here, but I've demonstrated this through you guys and other people. Is I've had people come up to me and say, "Hey, I got a question." Bad Mike sent a guy my way.
Mm-hmm.
And said, "Hey, can you take care of my buddy here? He has a game. He wants advice." I'm not trying to gain an author. I sat down on a video and
Right.
talked to the guy, and we had a really nice conversation. And you know, but there's also people out there that will absolutely just heinously. They view you as a threat. Holy shit! They come out with their
Yeah.
alt accounts and all this weird stuff. And
Uh-huh. There is this idea that's a zero sum industry.
yeah,
Okay. And the people like Don or Zach Laser, Zach, formerly of Frog God
yep,
Games, Zach, I know for a fact because I've talked to people who had questions like on how to do things in InDesign, and Zach would take 2 hours out of his day to sit down with people either on a
yep,
phone or on video to walk them through it because they were trying to get something that they were going to self-publish. They were trying to lay out. Somebody's going to go, well, wouldn't that be competition if you're working for another publisher? No, because you have two ways of looking at it, right? Rising tide lifts all ships. We're all in it
yep,
together.
Everybody's got to
I
learn
want
the business,
everybody.
but that doesn't mean they're going to be
Everybody should,
good at it.
yeah,
But they do
right,
have to know
but
the basics.
you want everybody to succeed because then the community is better, then the business is better as a whole. You don't want shitty product out there, even if it's your competition, because then people are going to look at it and go, "Oh, it's all shitty."
Well,
You know,
Hamlet Bound.
you want
Hamlet Bound says this. He says, "I just published a book on DM skill and intend to do more soon. Definitely don't want any drama in the publishing, though. Keep in mind, Hamlet Bound, when I say drama, I'm not talking about at the author level, you dealing with a publisher. I'm talking about at the deep, deep back end. And it's not everybody. There's just a very small amount of people, like Eric talks about, Zach Glazer, that there's good people out there that they will take time out of their day and they'll talk to you. Is this guy I'm talking to competition? I don't know who he is.
Mhm.
I don't mind
yes,
helping him and offering advice, but that's the whole point is I know for a fact that can people compete with me? Yes. But it does me no harm to help somebody learn a little bit of information because it's not like they're going to open up a place right across the street from me, even if they open up their own business, you know?
right. By the way, I want to point something out. So Hamlet Bound, I actually covered Hamlet Bound because uh, they they were doing work online in a public message board that somebody else took their work and monetized it
Oh,
and then took credit for it. So Hamlet Bound's work is in the Shadow of the Temple, It's no but the shadow of the temple. It's expansion of temple of elemental evil. If you if it was on Dragon's Foot, if you go to Dragon's Foot, you see nothing but praise for the work this man has done. So if you're going to support somebody, support the man. By the way, the plagiarized work was taken down, and the individual claimed it wasn't really plagiarized; it was inspired by. But yeah, no, it was plagiarized. This is the man that you should be supporting. Um, Even I believe the Joe Block, the Grey Oak Grognard, has said similar stuff. So this is Greyhawk as you want it to be, and this Greyhawk was the first setting that I ever have. I actually pulled out my old Greyhawk folio the other day. My wife was like, "What is this garbage?" I went,
Well, I will tell
it's beat the shit, but
I will
no.
tell people here that it's nice to be a shitty human being in the publishing business, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. There are groups out there that are for publishers only, and they're private groups. And what the whole point of the group is we warn people about problem authors, fellow problem publishers, and people are going like, oh, and there's actually a spreadsheet out there that literally is a author spreadsheet of avoid at all costs because they're all vetted about why do you have a problem. And we go in there and we will talk about people and say, this is my experience. And you'll be surprised when a name is mentioned, how many other publishers will come underneath you and go, oh, I had an experience with that freaking guy or
I
gal.
was I was doing a Christmas Carol one year,
Oh,
and
what real quick, what role did you play? Tell me with Scrooge.
yes,
All right. Oh,
yes, it was Scrooge. That's the second time I did. The first time I did like 4 parts, but this time I got Scrooge. But the point is, Tiny Tim, the kid was being a pain in the ass, and I sat him down, and I must have said something intelligent and bright, but it straightened him out. But the point is, one of the guy who's playing Christmas Yet to Come said because he directs for like high schools. I think he's a high school teacher. Excuse me. And he said, yeah, in our the community, the theater community, if I take his audition sheet and I write PITA, everybody understands. It means he's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And this will travel through. And in Oklahoma City, in the Oklahoma area, the acting community is not as big as you think it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd love, by the way, I'd love to see this spreadsheet.
Publishing is a lot smaller of a world than you think, especially game publishing.
Oh, listen, old school gaming is a smaller world than
Yeah.
many people
Yeah.
think, especially when you're in it. But I mean, honestly, whatever you're doing in life, if you're getting your face out there, whether it is writing, publishing, artwork, doing YouTube videos, doing a blog, your reputation is everything. And once your reputation tanks, and the only way it tanks is on you. Okay, if people spread lies about you, those lies won't stick unless there's truth attached to those
Well,
lies.
Right.
So it's on
I always
you.
tell people,
Okay.
act with integrity. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Look, there's
Yeah.
always going to be someone out there who's a hater. There's always going to be someone running their yappers about you behind your back.
Yep.
The trick to it is it true? And if it's not true, then sometimes just ignoring it is best. Sometimes you have to speak up, but it's critical, and this is my lecture to everybody on this part. It's critical to have people that you can turn to that you trust. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've turned to Eric and said, hey, Eric, I got a question. I need some advice. And I lay it out to Eric, and Eric thinks about it, and Eric gives me well-heeled advice. And so surround yourself with people you can trust. Don't be afraid. And this is another thing, key thing here. If you make a mistake, damn it, own up to it publicly, be a man and apologize publicly, and make it right. I'm not perfect. Have I screwed up orders? Absolutely I have. Will I screw up orders again? Absolutely I will. Guaranteed.
I'm thinking that Kickstarter is actually an excellent place to learn how to be that kind of publisher. Because I see some good Kickstarters. I've seen some real bad Kickstarters.
Well,
I mean, I always point to what's his name? Flying Buffalo, Deluxe Tunnels and Trolls. That was 6 months late. They kept everybody in the loop, and everybody knew what was coming. And
that's the trick.
The kind of thing a publisher does.
But that's the thing with Kickstarters. I have a Kickstarter for a board game late right now. It is excessively late. What do? I do updates. Why? Because I know people are getting pissed. I can't help it. But as long as I keep people updated, A, my conscience is clean, and B, really, they have a right to be mad. Some people do. Some people are mad. But on the same token, at least I'm being and giving updates.
Right.
There's where it's at. And it's just, again, Mario Evil DM, Don again, truth is my best weapon. Absolutely it is.
So, now I'm going to say a little side note of Tunnels and Trolls Deluxe. I incurred the wrath of Flying Buffalo on that project, by the way.
Oh, you did? Yeah. You think I did?
No, I incurred their wrath because whoever shipped my Kickstarter, because I was in it for the 10 soft covers and 1 hardcover, because I was going to give it out to my gaming group and bring it to cons. Shipped it in 1 cardboard box held together by, I don't know.
Were they petty? They were being petty, weren't they?
They didn't know. They were being cheap. Yes, they were being petty. And it arrived retaped by the post office, missing 3 books, 3 other books damaged to the point where you'd be embarrassed to give it away for free. And I took pictures and blogged about it.
Good.
I didn't have a channel about it. And Rick Loomis, God rest his soul, got very angry at me, and I shouldn't have done it.
Don't be mad at you. Be mad at his people who are acting like assholes.
Yeah. You don't. This is not how you professional. Now, if I had been quiet and just emailed them, said, "Yeah, listen, this was effing retarded stupidity on how to pack something." I am going to show it. I'm in for 11 books. Only 8 show up at my house, and 3 of them are damaged beyond belief. No, I'm going to talk about it.
Do you know how I handle a jerk? Actually, if I get somebody online talking smack about me about an order, what I do is I do the opposite to them. I'll give them something for free, a copy of Haunted Ruins or something with a little handwritten note saying, "Sorry you had a bad experience with us. I'm including this for free." Because what that does is that pisses them off even more because they want you to fuck their order up.
Next time, refer them to Satine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll pump and dump. But I'll give you a better example. Northwind, Hyperborea, excellent Kickstarters all the time.
Excellent game.
I love it. Game, and Jeff Talanian does a bang up job getting it out there and keeping people informed. Copy in the closet over there. Yeah,
I got every edition, all 3.
I got rid of my first 2.
First,
we got to downsize. Look, 2nd edition. I got tired of risking my back carrying it around. Okay.
Wait. 3rd edition is lighter.
Third, Glenn.
I mean, as Jeff Grubb would say, you can stop a bullet with it. But yeah, so
true story. If anybody remembers the Blight from Frog God Games,
I got a copy of it right up there.
You probably bought it when we were selling it by the pound.
Yeah,
but in any case, okay. Well, in any case, the Pathfinder version, okay, the Pathfinder version, Bill Webb did take out some firearms and take it to a copy of the Blight, and the Blight did stop multiple bullets.
Oh, that's hilarious. He actually did a demo on video.
Yeah. He actually did it. Yeah,
that's off, man.
I think I've got the only copy left of the Swords and Wizardry version.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, right. You put 2E Hyperborea in the back and that in the front, you're covered. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to shoot you that way.
Well,
Just do headshots.
it was great watching Rach try to sell the Blight, because for those that don't know, the Blight is basically about a drug addicted society, and Rach
sounds like my hometown, Battle Creek.
yeah, Rach was selling it like a social worker, and it was not a great sales pitch.
Hey, Glenn's wearing pants.
Oh, Glenn, you're right. Didn't you get the memo? No pants allowed. You didn't get the.
I'm wearing my gym sweatpants.
You missed the memo. No pants, dude. No pants.
Okay, folks. The Blight.
Glenn has to go into his library, his gaming library next door, and get his copy of his
Here's how
book.
big it is.
See, now, Glenn, if you were Rob,
Ooh, Glenn.
before-
Holy shit, that thing in your hands is thick.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's $160. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Something they
How
will
much?
never. $160. I did not pay $160.
And Glenn
That's the
and Mr. Hallstrom, is that black and white or color interior?
It's a black and white.
Black and white.
Actually, I think it's black and white.
And how many pages is it?
How many pages? That's a good question.
Yes.
I'm seeing over 800.
Hold on a minute.
And they are.
Go ahead. I'm just
827 pages.
gonna do
Frog
my
God-
shit.
Frog God Publishing, I know at that point, was using a Chinese printer that did textbooks, so they were getting they were getting a higher quality. Bill used to walk around with that book and shake it upside down by the two sides, and look, the binding's holding.
Yeah.
Like, God help us.
Oh, that's how I got on Flying Buffalo's bad side. I got my hardback, and the back, the spine was starting to separate from the book.
Oh yeah,
I probably fixed it, but
it
I
shouldn't be up to you.
made the mistake of putting it on Facebook instead of PMing somebody about it.
No,
With pictures.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I'm getting Liz on my butt.
Uh,
Well, we did a great job. We did a great job. Also, well,
No, you didn't.
somebody didn't do a great job.
and Liz Danforth is a wonderful person. But,
She's a wonderful person, but she's trying to defend Frog God. It's like, I don't have any problem with Frog God. I have a problem with your your printer.
Yeah, that was Flying Buffalo.
Yeah, but hey,
Wait a minute. Hold on. How much money do they want for that freaking thing?
That was 160.
this 160. You're in the wrong business, Don.
And Don, that was I think
How
that was
many-
2016, 2017.
I'll tell you in a minute.
I just looked at my paper OCA cost, and I just ran it real quick through my calculator.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they made a little bit of a profit margin on that.
Think copyright 2017.
All right.
I don't care. I could double the cost. Oh my god! Are you freaking? They charge.
And this book is notorious with Frog God now that we are never going to put out something that big again.
Yeah.
According to Bill Webb, but that's Bill Webb,
Yeah. You're not gonna trust me. You're not gonna get anything that big again.
Well, yeah. Well, you're not getting you're right. But one of these days, I'll actually read it.
But the Pathfinder version was bigger.
Oh my god! I cannot believe they charged it. They made a killing. Selling at half that, they made a killing.
Yeah. $80. That's not cheap.
Right.
Well, for an 800 page book, $80 is, or I can go ahead and sell you two 200 page books for $39.99 each.
Right.
I paid $175 because Bill Webb, I stopped at their booth. I stopped going to their booth over the years because Bill Webb, I always end up spending more because Bill Webb will go, tell you what I'm going to do. So it's 175. I got this plus a couple more of their hardbacks.
Your impressions, how was the layout?
The layout, I love the layout.
Okay.
The layout is very interesting. Look at this. Look at this. You've got strikeouts and boxes and everything.
They don't do, I'm sorry, pet peeve of mine, unjustified text.
Yeah, you're right.
I know who probably did the layout back then, and I will not say a word.
Oh, my hackles get up on unjustified text. It's just like,
And let me tell you, let me look in the back. I don't believe this thing has an index.
No, it doesn't.
That's another thing. It's critical. A role-playing game should have an index. Make it easy and on your gamers.
I can almost guarantee you it has no index, no glossary.
Gangbusters now has an index.
Yes, it does. The new version has an index.
But
the new version is laid out in design.
I will say this. This is why you build up a community. This is why you build a community, because if you have a community built, that's almost a pre-sale for your books. Joe Stone, I'm used to Palladium books, so I'm used to questionable layouts. I listen. I'm a big fan of Palladium Fantasy Roleplay. Not that I would run it these days, but I love the default classes. I love the setting. I love the original artwork.
Really?
And I was a big Rifts player. Never ran it, but talk about his Rifts. Talk about a system that inherently had 00 for balance. I mean, because it's not just a zero balance. We're going to make sure that unbalanced is so unbalanced. And yes, I would play Crazies and I would play Semora.
I've got one of the few Unearthed Arcana and Oriole Adventures books that actually hold together.
So do I. I don't have a problem with mine.
I've heard so many people saying, I opened it twice and all the pages started coming out.
My UA held up, but I think it was I probably got like the first printing of it like right when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
They probably got cheaper as.
But people also, it has to do with how do you do it. Do you take it and you crack it open, like you push it flat? A lot of people do that, or they rest their elbows or hands on it.
Okay.
You're going to crack a spine if you do it that way. So I think a large part of it was abuse by the player.
Yeah. Well, you can't. I
think something where the covers were like peeling, and then. Mine, I took mine everywhere. Mine has coverware, but it held up fine.
I think people should go. I think like publishers should go back and print their books like TSR used to do it for AD&D First Edition. They had a textbook printer.
Yeah.
To do it.
A lot has to do with when you're doing hardbound binding, Glenn. When it goes into the hard binder, it has a lot to do with how much pressure you're using.
Okay.
What kind of glue you're using? Because I can buy glue literally that is $3 a gallon, or I can buy glue that is $28 a gallon. We buy the I think a gallon of glue at first is like $22 a gallon.
Okay.
But you get what you pay for.
Exactly. That's like the golden rule for publishing. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, and the cheap stuff dries brittle and hard. The good stuff dries almost like a rubber, like it's flexible. Yeah. And that's really what you want, because that holds up to the constant opening and closing, plus how much time that you have. There's a thing called a compressor on a hardbound book machine. It actually will take it and compresses it, usually 3 to 5 seconds. We have ours cranked up to about 8, and believe it or not, that 3 seconds matters.
Oh yeah,
I
can imagine.
Yeah, so that's the thing with me is, and yeah, Hamlet. Justified text, man. Come on. It's just I like it all nice and neat. You know?
When I go to WizardCon, I'm just trying to get come in the day before and leave the day after.
Yeah.
There would be any time for you to take me over and show me your printing out?
Actually, I want to do a party at my new place because it'll be at the new digs, and I want to have if anyone who arrives early, I want to have like a night before kind of soiree, showing
Right.
the place off. Basically, just doing something fun and maybe do some type of. I was thinking about this year making a yearbook for the convention. Nobody
Wow.
does that.
Nobody does. No.
Where you could buy a yearbook and we'll make it and do it, and you get it like 3 or 4 weeks later. You get your
Uh-huh.
yearbook in the mail for WizardCon too.
Nice. Nice. I like that. That'd be fun. Well, it's still up in the air right now, but when I go, I want to see your operation. That'd be
Yeah,
be
you're
fascinating.
welcome. Absolutely, because I'm in Battle Creek and WizardCon 2's in Battle Creek.
That's right. That's right. This year, I didn't know you were
Yep.
close to Kalamazoo.
We're going to be doing it every year at this location. Great
Okay.
location, great people, great price. They don't
Is this
fluctuate.
like a Holiday Inn?
It's the new Holiday and the brand new one there. Yeah,
Okay,
it's nice.
I've never did a con in Holiday Inn. Well, no, we had North Texas one year, and that was bad.
It depends on what kind of call. The new Holiday Inns are designed more for like business people and such, so it's really nice amenities. The restaurant's real good. This will have a full menu and a pool and a workout room.
Here's what happened. You walk into the dealers. First of all, the bar closed at 11. What the hell's wrong with them?
1 a.m. at this one.
Secondly, you walk in the dealer room, you can smell stuff like bacon because it was leaking over from the kitchen.
Whoa!
And then afterwards, we find out that that was a training hotel because they were not ready for us at all.
So they're basically the abuse hotel. So all the crappy stuff happens there and all that.
Right. We're going to do a breakdown cruise here and send them. Then we'll send them on their way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they had, from what I understand from Bad, you got to confirm with Bad Mike, but we got there and it's like, what the hell is this? They were just clueless about what a con was. But I'm not really blaming them, but they could have done a little more due diligence.
Well, I'm not trying to cover my ass or nothing, but I'll be totally honest with you. This new hotel that we're going to, they were really Johnny on the spot. They were really nice people. They really, they were answering us. They were asking us the good questions.
There you
go. Like, the questions you want to hear from a venue. Like they were saying, like, okay, how late do we got to keep the bar open? Like as an example, the bar was not open on Friday nights and Saturday nights.
Mm-hmm.
But talking to him, I said, "Do you know how much money that you're going to see walk out the door? Because they're going to go down the road to Myers and go get beer there. 24 hours later, we'll keep the bar open on Friday and Saturday till 1 a.m.
Nice.
Can't ask for more.
Yeah, they cater to us because they're smart.
Yes, they are very smart. Yep. I'm looking forward to this. I got it.
It's a nice. I'm gonna tell you now. Compared to the one we were at, which was to me ghetto. Yeah. This one is really nice hotel, really nice people, really top notch. I mean, I'm again not saying it because I want to win like WizardCon.
Right.
I'll be called on my comments here. Trust me, it is like
night
and day.
Honey, we got to figure out a flight. I got to go to this con. I mean, if I don't make North Texas, if I sacrifice North Texas to go there, I will.
Ooh. Well, I'm honored. Damn.
Well, thank you. I mean, Mike said, Mike and the other, it was last week. He almost ordered me to go to North Texas.
I'm gonna admit. Listen, Glenn, we're not as organized and great as North Texas because those guys are just top notch. We're a second-year convention. We're doing the best we can. We learned a lot from year one, and we're trying to implement it in year two. So
right. Yeah, Mike said, you are going to that con. I said, I don't know. No, you are going to that con. We'll figure something out.
Take him at his
I want those gangbusters games.
Take him at his word. Take him at his word.
I will. I hate to be a charity case, but hey, I'm a gamer. Who isn't?
We want to do we want good. We want good for the gamers. I mean, I'm not just bullshit. Eric knows this. I really fret over this. I want the convention to do really well because I want to be that convention that people like with North Texas, people go, oh,
yeah,
it's the day after the convention. Guess what? When's ticket go on sales for the third one?
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm thinking of having. Well, never mind. I'll tell you off the air. But
Well,
yeah, I'm looking. I mean, what is it? It's April, so what? I
Yep.
hope the weather's all right.
It'll be all right.
weather
End
will
of
be
April
fine.
is really well.
That's
Yeah.
why I never wanted to go to Gary Con. It's like
No,
what?
Gary Con is
Lake Geneva
February
in March.
Wisconsin.
What?
Well, it's March. Yeah, it's March in Wisconsin. Okay, you'll be fine. Trust me. April is fine, and it's the last half of April. It isn't the beginning of April.
And on Sunday I'll be
drive it.
69.
I
You'll
drive
have
it.
weather temps in the high 50s, low 60s.
Good.
You might have
Yeah.
frost in the car in the morning, but that's
Okay.
no-
Good.
no-
I mean, I'm not going to be driving anyway, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah, Becky won't let me. Yeah,
All right.
you said she won't let me drive at all. She don't care how long. And besides, we only have one car, so
Well, yeah, you can't leave her without a car.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're hitting our witching hour.
ordered
Yeah,
it.
I think we are.
Wow, that I've had a lot of fun tonight.
James, you can't. You did this me 2 fucking nights in a row. So
we gotta
James,
have you on. We gotta have you on more, Don.
James pops into the Discord right as I am logging out, and he pops into the chat right now.
Again, baby.
Logging out.
That's the way it goes.
Love
Well,
you,
guys,
James.
thank you both for having me on. By the way.
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
for
you
joining
you keep it up, you might be a regular. So watch
Uh-oh.
it.
Oh no.
I know, this is
Be
fun.
careful what you wish for.
Oh yeah.
Folks, there's a live stream tomorrow night. Gamers Health, myself, my wife Rach. I think we may have a topic for tomorrow. I'm sure we will by the time we go live. Other than that, I am toying with the idea of doing another AMA either Sunday or Monday. So we'll see.
Those were fun.
Hey, Bad Mike.
Mike, you people pop in at the end. Go.
There's the
poop.
guy
I thought he
ordered-
says I thought Bad Mike said he's pooping in the pool.
Oh wow! There
Yeah.
you go.
I'm not responsible for that cleanup.
Yeah.
Oy.
But I will say, public pools. I saw it as a cop. Yeah.
We got there is a public pool and a workout room, by the way, at the convention.
Okay. No pooping in the pool. I was gonna say, Rach will be happy about the pool
Please.
and the workout room.
Yes.
No pooping in the pool. Again, live stream tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I'm going to try to pop out some members only video. Remember, folks, members only videos are members only for 12, 24 hours, and then it lands in the hands of the regular subscribers.
Well worth the money.
Yeah, the
I don't hold them hostage very long, but becoming a member does help support this channel. I appreciate it. And I appreciate my co-hosts, Glenn, Don. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
you.
And
Very much appreciate it.
Now I'm going to go. Now I'm going to put nails in walls with the blight.
well, hold on. Tomorrow, this is going to be a rainy weekend in New York, so Rach already has my chores ahead of me.
Oh, we're gonna have sunny and 68 as the high tomorrow.
I am installing the new pet gate, and I'm sure that'll be part of the discussion tomorrow on Gamers Health because
Well, I am taking my beautiful wife out tomorrow for an afternoon for a little bit of lunch. We're gonna just do a little bit of window shopping, wandering. Can't beat 68 and sunny in Michigan.
No.
Well, it's the
Probably
weekend.
gonna be-
I don't have to look for a job, but Becky will probably drag me to antique stores.
Well, that's a job.
You got that right. Well, you know that, Eric. You found that
Yeah,
out.
no,
Didn't you?
dude, that's fine.
She's still trying to drag you there?
Yes, but I have steadfastly refused. I told her she gets it once a year. So October's coming up. Oh my God, yeah. Folks, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll this dice.
Good night, folks.
I'll see many of you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
More videos this weekend. Like I said, I'm being rained out, so I'm going to be doing